Alright folks, this one's a little different.
I recently posted a video entitled, "When am I required to give consent to search to the police?" And the answer is never, under any circumstances. You are never required by law to consent to a search or to sign a consent form.
Really?
One of the examples I gave in that video has generated some questions of its own. I said that if the police pull you over for a traffic violation and ask to search your car, you do not have to give consent to the police to search. You can simply say, "Sir, you do not have permission to search my car." A very good question I got in response to that example is this: what do I do if the police say, "If you don't let us search your car, we'll have to get the drug dog"? What am I supposed to do then?
Man, okay, so right away, I'm curious. Right away, I want to know, everybody that watches this, I want to know what you're thinking at this point. 55 seconds in, what are you thinking? Are you saying, oh man, this is just, people breaking the law that's trying to, talk their way out of getting in trouble or whatever, or are you somebody that's like, wow, this might be actually really helpful, or it's good to know your rights, or most people don't know their rights? Like, what are you thinking at this very moment? And if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you're thinking, and we would really appreciate it. Let's get back to it, see what this guy's talking about.
Well, folks, the simple fact of the matter is, what the police decide to do or not to do to further their investigation is not within your control.
That is true.
What is within your control is simply repeating your original response. "Sir, you do not have my permission to search my car." If the police say, "Well, we're going to have to get the drug dog," respond, "Sir, you do not have permission to search my car." If the police say, "You're really going to make us all wait out here in the hot sun waiting for the drug dog?" simply respond, "Sir,
you do
not have permission to search my car."
Calmly.
Now, instead of doing that, many people at this point would just give up. It's like, oh well, they're going to get the drug dog, they're going to say the dog alerted, so they're going to search my car no matter what I do. I might as well give up and just sign the consent to search. All those things I just said are true except the last thing. I might as well give up and sign the consent to search. That part is wrong. The law and the Constitution limit how and when the police can search you, your car, your bag, or your home.
See, and I bet you most people don't know this stuff. And not to say that, hey, you should be able to break the law and get away with it by doing these things, or vice versa. It's just, I feel, for me, this far in, I feel that we should know our rights. Every individual that lives in this country should know their rights, the Constitution inside and out. I personally think that should be, taught more in school, all throughout school. That should be way more important than home ec or whatever. I don't know. Like, those things are really important. Your rights are really important. Your freedoms, what you're allowed to do here in this country, is super important. And most of us don't even know what that stuff is. Like, we just don't. Like, we don't even know. I watch these guys do audits where, yeah, it's kind of annoying and it's kind of asking for it, but they're out there filming or taking pictures of like post offices or police departments, and they get messed with hardcore. Even the public want to pick fights with them and call the cops and say they're out here filming, But the thing is right next to him, there's cameras on every pole, on every traffic light. And there's cameras in that post office. And there's cameras on the police officer's body. There's cameras everywhere. But yet, the people out here are yelling at this guy because they say that he doesn't have the right to film or record, out in public. But everybody else does, apparently. That's not the case. The case is, he does have the right to record and take pictures. Now whether he does it or not, does it on his time or whatever, and does it in a lawful way, that's one thing. But he has the right to do it. And in fact, he can go into the post office and record. And he can record police officers doing their duty, you know. Now, people, they might come up to him and ask him all these questions, but he doesn't have to answer to them as long as he's not breaking any rules, you know. And I think that's something to be, you know, there's something to be said for that, knowing what your rights are. Because if you don't know what they are, then as they slowly chip away at them and take them away slowly, a little bit at a time, then it's not a big deal when they finally do take them away. It's not a big deal to the masses, because we've already been like programmed, basically, you know. I don't know. I just think it's great to know your rights and know the Constitution inside and out, and it could benefit you, you know. It could help you out big time.
Your home. If during a search the police violate those limits, your lawyer can request that the evidence found in violation of the Constitution be thrown out of court.
Yep.
That's called the exclusionary rule. Evidence illegally obtained in violation of someone's constitutional right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures can be excluded from court.
That's right.
But if you throw your hands up and consent to a search, you guarantee that any evidence found will be legal.
Oh, no,
you guarantee that it will be able to be used in court.
Mm-mm.
So, in the example we started with, the traffic stop and the threat of a drug dog, what are some of the limitations the law and the Constitution apply to the police? Now, pay attention.
Okay.
This is the important part. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Many people don't know this, but the law applies limitations on how long the police can detain someone under a variety of circumstances. Now, a detention is different from an arrest, first of all. When the police arrest you, they haul you off to jail.
Right.
But when the police detain you, it's temporary.
Correct.
A detention can turn into an arrest, but the most common detention is the one we're talking about right now, and that's a traffic stop. You are detained when the officer pulls you over, and you are then free to go when he gives you your speeding ticket. So, what are the limits on how long the police can detain someone? Well, in the case of a traffic stop, the Supreme Court of the United States has said that the police can only detain a motorist for as long as is reasonably necessary to issue the citation. If they detain you longer than that, the detention is now in violation of the Constitution.
Oh!
Louisiana has even codified this rule into its own laws. Louisiana Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 215.1.
Okay. So if you're pulled over for speeding, or you got a tail light out, or whatever, I've heard so many stories of, you know, people getting busted or something, and it started off with, oh, there was a tail light out, or you didn't do a turn signal or something. Sir, can I search your car? But what they didn't know was that they needed to give them that ticket for that tail light, and then they should be on their way. But see, people don't know their rights. So the cop was probably like, seen something fishy, you know, and, do you mind if I search your car? Something's kind of suspicious here. I smell something, blah, 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 blah. Well, am I being detained? Can I go? Do I have the right to go? Am I being detained? You know, because apparently, according to him, you're supposed to be able to go if they're only allowed to hold you for as long as it takes to issue you the citation for why they pulled you over. Now, anything past that is a whole nother thing. Why I don't like, what if there's like something in the car right there that they can see, you know? Obviously, does that change things, or I don't know, man. The law is so weird. It's a slippery slope. Let's get back to it.
Point 1, paragraph D, as in Delta, states, during the detention of an alleged violator of any provision of the motor vehicle laws of this state, an officer may not detain a motorist for a period of time longer than is reasonably necessary to complete the investigation of the violation and issuance of a citation for the violation. So let me repeat that in plain language. During a detention for a traffic ticket, an officer may not detain a motorist longer than is reasonably necessary to issue the ticket.
Well, if you have a warrant.
So, yes, the police might get a drug dog. And yes, they might say that drug dog alerted, and they might search your car as a result. But if that process of getting the drug dog and having him do an open air sniff, bringing the drug dog from somewhere else to the scene, if that process takes longer than would have been reasonably necessary for the officer to just give you the traffic ticket, then the detention and the subsequent search are illegal, and any evidence found can be excluded from court. So not only do you want to refuse consent to the search, but you also want to make it clear that you do not agree to be detained longer than is reasonably necessary for the issuance of the traffic ticket. So clearly, you would not want to say something like, go ahead and get the drug dog, I don't mind, I'll wait here all day. A statement like that could be held to imply that you're waiving your rights under the Constitution and under Louisiana Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 215.1. That's why, earlier, I recommended that you simply repeat that you do not give consent to a search of your vehicle. If the officer asks whether you mind waiting for the drug dog, you should again simply repeat that you do not give consent to a search of your vehicle. Really, the only other statement that I would recommend is that you should ask repeatedly and periodically if you are free to go. Am I free to go? Are we done? Am I free to go? This makes it clear that you are not remaining of your own free will, that you are not consenting to be held longer than is reasonably necessary to issue the ticket, and that the officer is detaining you. Okay? That's important because his actions in doing so can then be reviewed for reasonableness under the laws and the Constitution to determine if he violated your rights by detaining you for an excessive period of time. Now, whether a search is legal or illegal depends upon the facts of every case. Every case is different.
Right, exactly. Hey, check it out. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button, smash the like button. Just as long as you got the like button checked off. And don't forget to send a suggestion. You know, if you want me to listen to something, whatever it may be, let us know. Drop a comment in the comment section, and we'll see if we can't do that. Also, if you guys would, man, let me know if you want me to react to more stuff like this, especially like this lawyer here talking about things that we may not know. You know, like if you guys want me to react to this stuff, drop a comment. And if you have something similar that you want me to react to, go ahead and drop a comment. And we'll get to it, man. I think this stuff is kind of interesting. You know, I'm not trying to say that you should, you should cheat the law or whatever, anything like that. I do firmly believe that we should know our rights, our constitutional rights, and every individual, you know, and you shouldn't be, you know, walked all over, whether it be by the cops or anybody else. Like, you should know your rights, and if you do know your rights, they could help you in a big way, possibly save your life, who knows. But it's a good thing to know, I think. And I think a lot of people nowadays don't know what they are, you know. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think, and as always, I appreciate you guys, and I prefer to do music. I think every once in a while I'll do something like this, it's fine, but I really love music, and that's what I want to do, to keep reacting to the music. But anyways, it's Monday, we got through Monday. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.